Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're going to be playing some nonsense. We're playing Poison Storm. Uh, this deck I thought was going to be a total joke, but it looks like it's more real than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to be trying it out in the league, and then from there everybody can see how it goes, and maybe with the community behind it we can come up with a list that's awesome and works really well. So the way this deck works is you're going to be casting your poison spells, and we have two new poison spells, Prologue to Phyresis, which says, it's from the new set, and it says, each opponent gets a poison counter, draw a card. So that'll get our opponent a poison. And if you're not familiar with poison, once an opponent has 10 poison, they lose the game. The other poison card we have is Infectious Inquiry, which says you draw two cards and you lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter. So we have 8 cards to give our opponent 1 poison. That means that we are maxing out at 8 poison. That doesn't seem good enough. Well, we have 8 more cards to help with the poison plan, and we're playing Contentious Plan, which says proliferate, which means choose any number of permanents and or players and give each another counter of each kind they already have. Draw a card. So this is proliferate, draw a card. And over here we have experimental augury, which is essentially anticipate. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, the rest in the bottom of your library in any order, proliferate. So not only do we have these poison cards, we have 8 more proliferate cards. That means we have 16 poison cards that we can use. So we really only have to cast 10 of 16, which is a lot, but not terrible. And we're going to support this by playing 4 Dark Ritual, and then 3 Goblin Electromancer. So Electromancer makes every instant sorcery cost 1 less to cast. It's pretty fragile, but it turns all of these into 1 mana spells. And when it gets really crazy is that when you have Pentad Prism in play, so this says Sunburst comes up into the battlefield with a charge counter for each color of mana spent to cast it. Remove a charge counter, add 1 mana of any color. So you cast it for blue-black, comes in with 2 counters on it. If you have Goblin Electromancer in play, you can remove a counter to play Contentious Plan for 1 mana, and then Contentious Plan adds a counter back to it. So that means Contentious Plan and Experimental Augury cost you 0 mana. So that's where the Storming comes into play. Now we also have, for card draw, Deadly Dispute, Experimental Synthesizer. This is the best card draw combo in the format, probably. And then we also have 4 Chromatic Star. I was having some issues with finding enough colored sources to be able to play the Synthesizer and the Electromancer. But really what we have here is we have 16 color fixers with 4 Pentad Prism, 4 Chromatic Star, 4 Lotus Petal, and 4 Deadly Dispute, just because the Deadly Dispute gives us a treasure token. So I think we're going to have enough colored sources to be able to play both of these red spells. Now, what's also awesome is that when you have your Peat Bog and Scary in play, the Proliferate re-adds counters to these. So you just always have little mini rituals from your Peat Bog and Scary. I love that. And then to support the Deadly Dispute, we're playing 2 Synod, 2 Vault, and one of each Island and Swamp basics. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us, but I think it's probably fine. We just need random artifact lands to sacrifice to our Deadly Dispute if we need to. We could maybe think about changing one of these to be a Dross Bridge, and then have more tap lands, but more resiliency. I don't know if that's going to be important or not. We'll see. So look out for that in the video. In the sideboard here, we have 4 Hydroblast. I found that this deck will just completely dominate a mid-range deck in game 1, but most of the mid-range decks are white-red, and they're bringing in Pyroblast post-board, which hits 12 of our 16 spells we care about, so we have to have Hydroblast to return the favor. We could also bring in I think there's another card from the set. Yeah, Bring the Ending. Counter target spell unless his controller pays 2, and then counter it instead if his controller has 3 more poison counters. So I was considering playing that over the Hydroblast, but I got convinced to play the Hydroblast. So we're just going to go with it here, but keep an eye out. Remember that Bring the Ending and Hydroblast were something I was considering, and maybe that will be better in some matchups. I'm also playing 4 Virulent Wound, 3 Cast Down. So Virulent Wound I think is really good because it can kill little fairy creatures, can kill 1/1s, and then it gives them a poison. Cast Down to destroy creature, Inside Out to also destroy creature, but very good versus walls. So that's why I have it here. I've been running into walls lately and I've been not happy about it. I guess we could, let's just go ahead and add 1 more Cast Down and remove an Inside Out. This makes us better against most of the format, and Inside Out isn't really only good versus walls. And then we have our last Weather the Storm here in the sideboard. So that rounds out the deck. We're looking to go positive in this league. Again, this is still some testing, trying to figure out the format, trying to see if this is a viable and real deck. And maybe it isn't, maybe it is. Maybe we'll get some sweet games. If you're interested in supporting this content, check out the Patreon. I've got lots of sideboard guides for Tron Eggs, Tron Altar, also Familiars for a couple different versions. Working on some new lists as well, so maybe we'll see some sideboard guides for those. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think I could have done to change the deck. And appreciate the views, everybody watching, checking it out. And I'll see you in the video. See you in the matches. Okay, match 1 here versus Yee. We're on the play. We have Dramatic Start into Deadly Dispute or Prologue. I'm going to keep it just on the Deadly Dispute here. Kind of sketchy. The problem with this deck generally is just not finding lands. So let's pass. I didn't play the Lotus Petal because I was concerned about, I don't really know why. Like, if this was a Fairy's opponent, right, then they could have Spellstar Spreaded the Lotus Petal, which I would not want. Here I'm going to Deadly Dispute and try to draw a land. We found a land. Okay, now it's on like Donkey Kong. We're going to yield. So next turn we're going to Prologue, or Inquiry if we find a third land. They're on Tron. Okay. Find a land. Okay, so we can play out Star. Alright, so they could have Prohibit here. So I think based on them having Prohibit, I'm going to play Infectious Inquiry. Because they can't prohibit that. And they would have to have Negate. They're just going to Impulse. So they're going to take 1 poison, and now we get to start chaining stuff. They're not going to have any removal spells for Electromancer if we do find that. Find this another Scary, which is cool. Find a Synthesizer. Weather the Storm's not doing very much against Tron, though. We have Bajuka Bog Me, which does not matter. Ooh, Prism. Alright, so kind of want to get them to use their counterspell. I'm going to try playing a Synthesizer. See if that gets it. Nothing. Deadly Dispute. Alright, well, Deadly Dispute. There's the counterspell. Find a Prism that we can't cast, so we play the Chromatic Star and pass. Okay, so next turn what we want to do, we're going to play the Prism, then we're going to play Augury, then we're going to play Prologue. But Augury is an instant. Looks like they're going to evoke a Drifter. Alright, that's fine. Now we're going to have tons of mana. We just have to keep chaining spells, which is going to be difficult. Now they're going to have Tron. Okay, so Prism. 1, 2. Play this Peat Bog. Play Experimental Augury. So that gives them a counter. We're going to grab another Augury or a Synthesizer. I think we just want to keep on the Augury plan. So, 1, 1, 1. Prism. Okay. Done. Kind of a hard interface to run. And then, blue. We're going to go Augury again. Guess we didn't need to use that counter. Let's go Augury. Find another Prism. Alright, that's pretty sweet. It gives us a ton of mana. I should have done that. I maybe should have taken the card draw spell. Alright, more mana. Done. And then we're going to go blue. Cast the Prism. And then we can use the mana from here. Now this is 0 mana to cast this experimental augury. We find a synthesizer. We'll take that this time. Any order. You, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should we stop there? I guess that's fine. Now they're at 4 poison. We've kind of run out of stuff to do. They're gonna grab their Tron. Whoa. Wow, that was scary, sorry. Okay. Let's cast 1 synthesizer. Okay, that resolves. Find a Vault of Whispers. Let's go red. Crack the synthesizer. Find an Electromancer. What if they want to counter that? Let's play this Electromancer out. They did decide to not counter it. Alright. Red. Crack the synth. Find a prologue. Okay. Go ahead and cast it. They might counter that one, but they already used their prohibit. They did not counter it. Prologue again. Okay. So now they're at 6 poison and we have basically nothing going on. Suppose we can Lotus Petal and then Weather, but that's kind of medium. Alright, your turn. They're definitely going to have Pyroblast and a lot of interaction post-board. But we can cut all of our weathers. So post-board, we're going to bring in basically just the Hydroblasts, I guess, for all the Weather the Storms. Virulent Wound is not going to do very much. Inside Out could kill their Mnemonic Ball. Okay, they're going to do nothing. Contentious Plan, very good. They cycled the Remote Isle, and that was it. So let's just go ahead and send. They only have 1 blue mana. I suppose I try. They had 2 draws to find a counterspell. Okay, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. They're at 7. Plan again. Adding all of our counters back. So you can see how this is actually pretty good on mana. Play Augury. They seem to not have a counterspell. They're going to finally unwind. Okay. I'm surprised it took them so long. Okay. Crop rotation gets another colored source. Alright. Now we have to overload them by just basically drawing tons of poison spells. They went bottom on their scry. Okay. Send 4. I'm just going to have 6 again. They are going to scry 1 on upkeep. That's pretty nice. They still have 2 colored sources. 1, 2, 3. Gonna compulsive research themselves. They've used Prohibit and Unwind. I don't believe they have another counterspell in their deck. So if we can chain 2 spells, we're good. They can cast Mnemonic Ball here. Looks like they found the Energy Refractor, which is quite scary for us. We find a Peat Bog, not super helpful. I'm going to pass and attack. Holding the Peat Bog in hand just to give them a little bit of the scaredies. Mnemonic Wall gets the Unwind. So now we have to have like 4 or 5 instants in order to actually win the game. Network Terminal. Yeah, we're super dead. We are going to continue to attack though. Yeah. As you can see, we drew through most of our deck. They countered 2 of our spells. So if those counters hadn't existed, they would have been dead here. And the Weather the Storms just did not matter whatsoever. They're going to get back to Prohibit, so now they have 2 counters. Okay, land. I'm not going to force them to block here. So they're going to get back Impulse. Whatever. Alright, so there's basically no way that we win. Unless they get greedy. They can cast all their counters still. The only thing that we can really do is just blow up a ton of Weather Storms and make it hard for them to win, and then just make them use a bunch of time, which seems like a kind of a crummy thing to do. 7 cards for the opponent. If we find an Electromancer, pass. So they're going to cast a bunch more spells. They're flickering. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. We just did not get out there. Draw some cards. We were not even close. Alright, let's try again. So, the only thing that we can do is really Hydro Blast them. I guess we can inside out the wall. Mnemonic wall. At that point, we're losing anyway. Just take out these for 3 Hydros. I'm kind of expecting them to bring in the Pyroblasts. We kind of have to be fast somehow, but this is sort of like a medium fast deck. I did win on turn 3 in Solitaire one time. Let's go, yes. I guess that's fine. It's not the greatest. Play the scary. Play the Peat Bog. Guess we can play out a star again, play Peat Bog. And then next turn we can crack the star for red with the Vault, and then hopefully draw a proliferate spell. Now they've got their Tron online. Quite scary. Did draw a proliferate spell. Red, play Synthesizer. We draw a Prologue. Okay, so crack this for blue. It's kind of unfortunate. I think I have to Contentious Plan first. And try going Contentious Plan. Oh yeah. No poison on them right now. Tap this. Prologue. And then I'm gonna just Deadly Dispute the Synth. That gives me a red mana. Or I could Deadly Dispute the Vault. Guess I Deadly Dispute the Vault. Alright, I guess that's it. Did not get very far. At all. Okay, Energy Refractor. So we need Pyroblast. We were so close. In game 1. Okay, they're passing, so we'll pass. Find a Contentious Plan. Oh, Lotus Petal. It's a sorcery. I'm going to attempt to plan. I think this deck might struggle versus hard control decks. Okay, we're gonna get some resources back. Cool. We find a synthesizer, so I guess we're just gonna play the synthesizer. Find a land. Alright, your turn. I guess I should not yield. They might have some sort of something we want to Hydroblast. I don't know. Oh man, so now you're seeing how we're getting pretty hosed on colored sources. I said it would be fine because we had all these, but now we have nothing. Okay, draw some cards. They are playing also nothing. We will play Scary and pass. They have a lot of colors. And green. Crop rotation. Okay, so that gets them another... Oh, they want the campus so that they can start scrying on upkeep. No, they didn't scry. They're going to scry on our turn, I guess. Okay. 6 mana. 5 mana, 4 mana. Plays a Mole Drifter. Yep. Attempt to cast a Prologue. That worked. Alright, so... I guess I'm going to cast this Prism. They're going to let that resolve. I will cast a Synthesizer. Another Prism. Alright, so we have some colored sources. Alright, that's much better. Feel much better now. But now we need a Proliferate card. And we need it to resolve. Somehow. All of this is so sketchy. Our opponent scries to the bottom with the campus. They're going to get in for 2. Yeah, I forgot that they could eventually attack us to death. Okay. I think I'm going to attempt to cast the Electromancer. What happens? So they declined to like counter things before. I'm just gonna cast this Augury, and that snap resolves. Wow. Okay, that's really good for me. Take this Inquiry, any order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tons of mana now. Everything's coming up roses. Let's just cast Infectious Inquiry then. Oh man, that did not work out. So let's go black, red, crack a Synth. Okay, we get a 2/2. Play a Lotus Petal. Just go red again. Crack this next synth. Looking for another augury. Vault's not very good. You can play it though. And then I suppose we could crack the last synth so we can cast anything. Play this. We really need to press it while we can. Crack the synth. That's all the red things that we care about, I guess. A land. All right. We have 8 power on the table. They probably took out their fogs. We have literally nothing going on. Surprised they didn't scry before using the canvas, but I guess it makes sense to do the impulse first. I mean, scry before doing the impulse, but they cast the impulse. They're at 5 poison, not under very much pressure whatsoever. I'm surprised that we kind of brick there. Let's see how many poison spells we've cast so far. 1, 2, and we forgot to Hydroblast the Bolt. It's kind of a bummer. Oh well, I didn't care. So I didn't expect them to leave in Bolt either. They get in for 2? No, they do not. We're going to cast this Inquiry, looking for some cards. Card drop, baby. No. I don't really want to attack into their Pulsamarasa, so I'm just going to pass. 1, 2. The game has gotten away from us. Teachings. All right, it's over. GG. Okay, we're on the draw against walls. So I think I'm going to keep this because I can play a turn 2 Electromancer. Can also turn to this Augury. I don't know. Okay, so they play a Cerulean Caretaker. Now it's our turn. Play out a Peat Bog. And pass. Opponent plays a Leaf Caller. And then another creature is probably the 0-4. They play a Winding Way. Okay, they find all their stuff, so they just need a wall to go off and win. They find a Synthesizer. So I think I'm going to try to play the Synthesizer here because that will let me draw 2 cards. Kind of scary. Play this Scary. Okay, I'm going to play the Scary now and play the Electromancer. We're bailing on the Synthesizer plan, but Scary lets me cast the Augury, and if we find a poison spell, then we can start poisoning them. We're likely dead. All they need is 1 wall. They play the Clarion Ranger and a Tinder Wall. Opponent casts Winding Way, so they find the Axebane. We have like 1 turn now. So somehow we have to storm off and kill them before the Axebane can be paired with the Galvanic. I guess they can actually cast the Axebane this turn. Wow, that stinks. Walls is actually a nightmare matchup. I feel like every deck that I like to play is just bad versus walls, and I'm just always sad. Okay, we found the thing. We get to go Prologue. You get a poison. Augury. Get is Inquiry, I think. Any order. 1 for you. 1, 1. Done. Now, I guess I'm casting the Inquiry. Looking for... Okay, so we find Contentious Plan. Actually, we could storm off next turn, but I don't think we're going to get a next turn. So, there's that. They have 1, 2 walls. They have another Caretaker in hand. They need 1 more wall to start going off infinite with the Galvanic. Plays the Forest. Caretaker. I think the Quirion is in hand still. Don't know. 1, 2, 3. So Galvanic needs 1 more wall in play. Quirion's now out of their hand. Now they're making a bunch of mana, as they're wont to do. Bummer. So next turn... Oh, they've had the free for the real, so it's all good. Okay, bye. We actually could have gone Pentad Prism and then plan, and then that would have gotten a ton of mana. That would have gone mana neutral on the Prism, and then we could play the Synthesizer. So 1, 2. We could have cast the Synthesizers. We would have drawn actual nothing though. Inquiry, Dispute, draw. I don't think we would have been able to chain a win there. Alright, so it's pretty simple boarding here. We're just going to bring in a bunch of removal spells and cut a bunch of life gain and speed type things. We could also cut the... So the Virulent Wound works against some of their creatures. Better than nothing, basically, is what I'm saying. Take out the Mancers. All I want to do is kill their stuff. Kill their stuff constantly. See what happens. Yes, we would like to play first. We're turning into a weird control deck. Keep, I guess. We're gonna go Peat Bog. Oops, sorry. Peat Bog, go. Okay, they have a Leaf Caller, which means that our... Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is play the Peat Bog, play the Lotus Petal, go black, play the Inquiry, draw 2 cards. Perfect. Now we can cast Contentious Plan and Augury. And what we're looking for is the -1/-1, or some sort of kill spell. Deadly Dispute. So let's first cast the Augury, get back some mana, take the Infectious Inquiry, any order, this, here, okay, done. And now I'm gonna go Star, Deadly Dispute, looking for the -1/-1 spell. Did not find it. So we have to pass. Next turn we can kind of go off with the Contentious Plans. They have a Caretaker. So we could be dead here. All they need is a Freed from the Real. Winding Way. They find a Freed, and that goes to the graveyard. They find a Clearing Ranger. A Tinderwall. They untap their battlement, so they have Forest in hand now. Play the Despair Sentinel. Play a Winding Way. They get Forest, lead, and an Axebane. Axebane is basically the least of our worries at this point. Okay, so we have to go 1, 2, play the Prism. Blue, play the Contentious Plan. So you, land, Prism. Done. And then we can tap, use a blue again, Contentious Plan again. You, so that ended up costing us 1 mana. Done. Virulent Wound. Perfect. So we're going to get rid of this Leaf Caller. Okay, they're at 5. I think I'm going to cast the Synthesizer. Deadly Dispute. I can Deadly Dispute the Synthesizer. Land. Dispute the Synth. We find an Augury. Sweet. Another Virulent Wound. So let's cast this Lotus Petal. White. Blue. Cast this Augury. You take a poison. We get the Plan. Any order. Because they don't have any more 1/1s after this. And then go you. Land, Prism. And then we're going to Virulent Wound the Clearing Ranger. Zap it. You're at 7 poison. Okay. 8, 9, 10. So if they can't kill us this turn, we win. But they maybe can kill us. That was actually kind of cool. We play the Axebane. So now if they have the haste creature, then we're probably dead. They cast Lead the Stampede. They don't have any way to untap their creatures. They have Overgrown Battlement, Cerulean Caretaker, and Shield Wall Sentinel plus 2 unknowns in hand. I think we're going to be able to do it. We kind of stormed off there. You can see how the Proliferate plus the Prism is just ridiculous. Really cool. And our 2 mana producing lands are just sticking around because they keep getting counters on them. They're going to cast an Overgrown Battlement. So they have Caretaker and the Shield Wall. They're going to cast a Caretaker. They have 2 mana left. Can you do anything with 2 red mana? We get to win! Yay! Okay, so Pentad Prism. Now we really are storming. Watch this. This is sweet. Done. Okay. Tap for black. Tap for... or sacrifice for blue. We're going to play Contentious Plan. Use a black. And then we go you. Land. Prism. Now we will blue, cast Augury, grab. Okay, so this doesn't do anything. Violent Wound doesn't do anything. So let's get the synthesizer. Any order. You, land, land, prism, prism. And then we just get to win. Blue, prologue. Woohoo! Turn 5. So now we're just gonna do the same thing. All the removal spells. We want land and removal spells. We have double removal spells. Okay. This is actually pretty good. Keep. We go land, double Virulent Wound. Turn 2 scary. We have triple Virulent Wound now. Okay, so we can actually kill the caretaker if we want. Okay, this is gonna be good, I think. We'll play the scary out and pass. They have nothing. Weird, but good for me. So I think I'm going to just murder it. 1, 2, 3. Take 3 poison. Pass. Pass again. 1 wall down. Ouch. So they said that they misclicked their keep. That is pretty unfortunate. We had a non-game 3, I guess. Let's see if they're going to continue to play it out or just take it. All right. I think what I want to do is get the prism going, because I'm going to have to tap this scary now and tap prism. And I can use 1 mana from the prism to Deadly Dispute this land. And I'm looking for now. Oops. Maybe that's not the right play. I think I need to press the advantage. Let's Deadly Dispute this. All right, we found another land. So next turn we can at minimum cast the Infectious Inquiry to put them to 5. And wow, sorry. Hopefully we will draw a proliferate spell, Leaf Color. Okay. We are casting our Inquiry. We did not find a proliferate spell. Found a prologue to Phyrexis. We can cast this Lotus Petal because it doesn't really matter whether or not we do. And pass. If they play a wall, I get to inside out it. Wall of Roots. Don't think I want to inside out that. I want to save the inside out for the wall that's actually going to be able to kill me. They're going to swing for 1. They're only at 4. So let's see. Blue. Cast this prologue. Another Inquiry. We're losing mana here. We're losing mana. Cast the Inquiry. Okay. So next turn we get to start proliferating. Cast this Lotus Petal. Let's pass. Basically play the Lotus Petal in case something horrible happens. They play an Axebane, but they don't have haste, I don't think. They can use 1 mana from the Wall of Roots. Alright, so here we go. Blue, Augury. Okay, and their Augury is exactly what we needed. Any order. 1, 2, 3. Give that a minus counter. And then we will tap, tap, Augury again. Do we win here? Prism. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think we just win here. They can only have like a Dispel, or they could have a Spell Pierce though. I think I go for the win. Prologue, land, Inquiry. Whew, scary. All right, it's in round 3. Okay, we're in round 3 versus Alvatar, and we're on the play. Unfortunately, we don't. I think we need a land. Mulligan. Okay, this is decent. Not great, but not terrible. So it's like a middling. We can turn to Infectious Inquiry, or we can turn to Synthesizer, Dispute the Synthesizer. Looking for lands. Infectious Inquiry, if we find another land and we find a proliferate spell, because that would be pretty sweet. Let's keep. Get rid of this prologue. Play out the peat bog. I think, either way, we're probably gonna synthesizer into dispute. Okay, they're on a mid-range deck. Right? Looks like Naya Gates. We'll find a contentious plan. Okay, so I'm gonna go land or pedal and inquiry here. Looking for a land. We found the land. Yay! It's happening. We're doing the thing. Feel good. They're at 1 poison. It's a long battle. Okay, open the gates for a basilisk. You got it. Let's just go ahead and contentious plan. 1, 1, 1. Found a lotus petal, so we're gonna pedal. Do a synthesizer. Found a dark ritual. So I can dark ritual off the lotus petal. I don't know if that matters. Let's just dark ritual here. Deadly dispute the synthesizer. We draw a contentious plan. Real nice. Find another inquiry. So I think I'm gonna go see the synod and cast this contentious plan here. And they go to 3, and we get back our mana. Alright. Done. Find a deadly dispute. So we could cast the synthesizer right now. I don't think it's necessary. Could also deadly dispute this land, but I think that's probably not very good. So let's pass. I think I want to... Alright, so we have 2 turns left on each of these lands, which is nice. They're at 3 infect. They're playing a creature. So we're going to start getting beat down. Find a Weather the Storm. I'm going to play out the synthesizer. See what happens. Find a Dark Ritual. So cast Dark Ritual. We're going to dispute the synthesizer. So it looks like we're going to be casting Weather the Storm this turn. A Chromatic Star. A Prologue. Cast this star. Cast. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I guess we can just cast this Prologue. Saving a blue mana in play. We find an Augury. Play land. Play the Augury. And then we find another Augury. I don't think we need the Mancer. I think we're just going to try to close the game. Take the Augury. Any order. 1, 2, 3. Done. They're at 5. Okay, play some lands. Play some petals. Now we can... Guess we should just Weather the Storm. We've already used 2 synthesizers. I feel like saving the mana... Okay, I'm just going to go green here. See what we draw. Peat Bog. Okay. Cast Weather the Storm. So we're going to gain almost 30 life. They're at 5. These 2 put them at 7. We're going to play a Peat Bog. Kind of want a Prism, though. They're going to play a Guardian of the Guild Pact and only hit us for 2 this turn, which is great. Now, this is the type of deck that's going to be bringing in a Pyroblast post board. So I'm going to lead on the Inquiry in case I draw a Prism. 7, 8, 9. Okay. We're going to go play this. Play the Augury. Looking for Prism still, or any other poison spell. Just take this Infectious Inquiry. 1, 1, 2, 3. Done here. And then I'm going to cast another Augury, I think. Can't kill them this turn. We can just cast the Prologue right now. Draw a card. There's the Prism. They're dead next turn, but if we had the Prism in play, we would have been able to just go off with the Auguries and make a bunch of mana again. This is definitely a very good Game 1 deck versus mid-range. Completely invalidating their plan. Storming off. So they play a land, and then they're thinking, am I dead? And we're saying, yes. Yes, you are. Yes, indeed. They're going to go ahead and gate up their creature, which is really no big deal. They're going to hit us for 9. And then they will be dead. We have to watch out for a bunch of Pyroblasts. Post board. Let's play this Prism because we can. Done. Play the Augury. You take 1. Get another contentious plan. Any order. You 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Contentious plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're a 10. Donk. Alright. So post board, I think the Hydroblasts are going to come in. I think we just want to cut the Dark Rituals or the Electromancers. I guess the Electromancer didn't do very much, and they could Pyro and Bolt it. So we're removing their ability to use their Lightning Bolts. I think we will find Virulent Wound targets. They had that 2/1 flyer. So let's bring out the Dark Rituals. I don't know if we need the speed versus a mid-range deck. Although, meh. We're going to bring in the Hydroblasts and some Inquiries. Or Virulent Wounds. See how that goes. Alright. This is not a very good opener, unfortunately. If we had another land, it would be really good. We're going to mulligan. Pentad Prism. I guess I'm keeping this and getting rid of the Hydroblast. So if Virulent Wound were a Dark Ritual here, would that have been helpful? I think it would have been. Because we could have Dark Ritualed into the Inquiry. Wow, they mulled a 4. Good for us. That's definitely good for us. We play a Cliffgate. Choosing white. We find a Prism. Peatbog go. They play a Manor Gate. We get a Deadly Dispute. I think I'm going to pass. I don't really want to play out the Pentad Prism for no value. It's just going to be a 1. And then I will have to use that. My land will die. Okay, now we can Inquiry. Can Virulent Wound this? I think it's probably fine. Dunk. Okay, they take a poison. Alright. Next turn we can Inquiry and draw 2, looking for a land. So we got rid of their 1 threat. They mulligan to Basilisk Gate plus threat, and we got rid of it, so we're very happy about that. Gotta watch out for Pyroblasts. Nope, second threat, not good. Bad news bears. I do think we kept in the weathers. Alright. Here, this is kind of good because we're now going to crack for blue and go ahead and play this Pentad Prism. The sketchy thing is that, okay. Nope, they still have the Hydroblast up. Yikes. Let's play a Synthesizer. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. They just need 1 more land to destroy us. Play the Scary. Somehow we're going to have to weather the storm next turn. We're going to lose. If they have an untapped land, we lose. If they don't have an untapped land, the plan is to play a bunch of Prisms, play the Augury, and then just try to win that way. And hope that they don't have a Pyroblast. Because we don't really have any other options. We're at 6. They play a Relic, which doesn't matter. We have double Augury. Prism. 1, 2. Play another Prism. Try to cast an Augury here. They have the Pyroblast. That's frustrating. Okay. Cast another Augury. We found the Hydroblast at that point. Grrr. Okay, we're going to take the Contentious Plan. 1, 2, 3. Cast Contentious Plan again. We messed up. We meant to give them a poison. Now we have to Deadly Dispute into a Weather the Storm. We did not find it. Vault of Whispers. Can attempt to Deadly Dispute again. Deadly Dispute this Prism. Didn't get there. Alright. You can see how we got wrecked by Hydroblast. Or Pyroblast. We need the Hydroblast post board. Looks like Virulent Wound is kind of crummy, but it did work once. Probably just needed 1 more weather here to survive. I guess I'm going to not play the Virulent Wounds. I wonder if just playing Cast Downs is better. It just really stinks to have to Have to get wrecked by those pyroblasts. Alright, so I don't have 4 weather the storms. I really need a board plan for this. Display card view. I know I want the hydroblast. I guess I'm just gonna bring in the dark rituals. No, I'm gonna bring in the cast downs. Okay, submit. So we're on 4 weather the storms, 4 hydro, some cast downs. Oh man, so that's not very good. It's really close though. We're gonna mulligan. Okay. Keep. Put back the weather the storm, I guess. We're gonna play the scary. We can, once we find a poison spell, then we're gonna start doing stuff, I think. Alright. That is not a poison spell. Land go. I think we're looking here to deadly dispute the Lotus Petal. They play Dawnmarine Cleric. They're gonna start attacking, beating us down. Alright, I'm gonna yield. Okay, they play a land. We also have to watch out for Dust to Dust. It's a lot of post-board hate. Okay, they're gonna attack for 1. And they get in. Okay, we go to 19. Now what? They're gonna smash our land. I'm glad that I saved this deadly dispute. Dispute the land. Okay, we find a hydroblast. I'm gonna play this scary out and yield. What I would like to find now is a poison spell. So I need to augury for it, I think. Let's see if they are gonna go for the gate. They only have 1 hydroblast that they can, pyroblast they can cast. So if I cast the augury now, okay, we're gonna get hit for 5 and go to 14. Let's augury. Find infectious inquiry. Any order. This and this. Done. For the Vault of Whispers, go ahead and play the infectious inquiry. We're looking for weather the storm now. We found it. I think I'm gonna cast the contentious plan. Well, I could also augury looking for a Pentad Prism. I think that's the play. Looking for the Pentad Prism. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's take the contentious plan. Poison, so mana back, and pass. We're looking to weather the storm on this next turn. We're gonna get hit for 7. So likely we will cast like inquiry into contentious plan into weather the storm. And they'll also probably have a hydroblast. So we take 6. I feel a little bit safer at this moment. I'm gonna play the inquiry first. See if I draw a prism. I did not. I'm gonna play this peat bog. Play the experimental augury looking for a prism, or just contentious plan. Guess just play the contentious plan. They did not have the hydro. The pyro. Done. Play out this chromatic star. Cast weather the storm. Gain 12. So if they have another basilisk gate, we're very close to dead once more. We're at 16. Well, we were doing things. We have a bunch of mana in play. They can kill some of our lands. Looks like they're gonna... Yep, dust to dust us. Okay. Plays a Dawnmarine Cleric and gain some life. Sure. They could also exile the Weather Storm, but that doesn't do anything. They're at 4 poison. We are putting them at 7. We need 3 more poison spells before they kill us somehow. Okay. Okay, we can Lotus Petal into Synthesizer. Or we can... I think I want to augury looking for the Pentad Prism. Find a Deadly Dispute. That's pretty good. 1, doot, doot, doot. Done. We're going to go Petal, Synthesizer, see what we see. Lotus Petal, okay. Tap, tap. We're gonna deadly dispute the synthesizer now. Find a land. I can play the land. Now I can cast. Doesn't really matter. Either one does the same thing. Contentious plan, put them to 6. 1, 1, 2, 3. Done. We have a cast down. That's actually very good. That's going to buy us an entire turn. Find a Gate Creeper Vine, so that's going to give them yet another Basilisk Gate. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So we're going to be super dead soon. We're going to put them to 7 poison. Kill that. Although the next turn we're dead, so yeah. This went better than other times have. Guess I should be on 3 Hydra, 3 cast down. Cast this prologue. Find a deadly dispute. Guess I'm gonna see the synod. Tap. Deadly dispute the seat. We're at 7. Gonna cast the prologue. Looking for Weather the Storm. Find a Lotus Petal. And I think that's all she wrote here. Because we're sitting with these Hydroblast in hand, all for that one Pyroblast, and we didn't even get Pyroed this turn. They're going to ephemerate their Gate Creeper Vine. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Right now this is 12, 13, and then they have another gate, so it's 14, so we just lose. Alright, well, that was a lot tighter than it was in previous matches. We were pretty close. If we had drawn into this contentious plan here, we would have won the game. Because that would have been 2 more poison. Darn. Alright, next match. Round 4 versus Burning Derp. It's a strange name. Herpaderp. Okay, keep slightly sketchy. We need another land. That's where the sketchiness comes in. Our opponent mulligans to 5. We have the Weather the Storm if they're a Vogel's deck. Okay, land go. Seagate. So they're a gate deck. Well, we will prologue. Pass. Green. Oh, it must be Tron. Yeah, it's Tron. Not a gate deck. Let's try casting this synthesizer here. Deadly Dispute. Yikes. Petal. Dispute. They seem to not have the... Okay. We're gonna go... They seem to not have a counterspell. Dark Ritual. Contentious Plan. 1, 1, 2. Done. So we're gonna go play Star. Correct for red. We're certainly storming off. Play the Synth. Alright, well we can't cast that. So just gonna think I'm gonna pass for now. Although getting a land would be good. Let's just augury looking for a land. Find a scary again. So I guess we take the scary. We've used 1, 2, 3 of our proliferators. Maybe the scary is not the greatest. Yeah, let's take the seat of the synod. 1, 2, 3. Done. Play the seat. Play the star. And pass. So we lose out on our deadly dispute. Next turn we can deadly dispute the synthesizer using the star. They have 3 mana. They're gonna evoke a Moldrifter. Crack for black. We deadly dispute the synthesizer. Find a peat bog. Okay. Play that out, and now we're out of action. Yikes. This is gonna be a repeat of round 1. Now they have Tron. Okay, play a network terminal. It's a pretty good mold of 5. We have actual nothing. So, how are we going to win? We just have to draw off the top of our deck for a long time. Put a bunch of spells in hand and then chain. They have an energy refractor now, so they have all the color sources. They have all the mana and all the colors. Land, pass. Teachings. Okay, we're just going to scoop it up. Pretty disappointing. Alright, is there any way for us to win? I don't know. Like, the only thing, I guess Inside Out's good versus their wall. Maybe just bring in one Hydroblast. At least drawing a card off the Inside Out is good. So we have all of these things that draw cards. And then all of these things draw cards too. And we just stalled out. Crazy. Alright, we're on the play. Okay. This seems good. It might not be. Dark Ritual Inquiry. Land go. So our opponent kept 7 cards this time, which is much scarier. Okay, we have an Electromancer. Dark Ritual into Inquiry. Did not draw any lands. That was so fast. We're going to get completely destroyed right now. They did bring in the Hydroblast, it looks like. We're going to go ahead and pass. The one thing that could save us here would be one of our proliferate spells. We have an Energy Refractor. Looks like they're holding up a Pyroblast, though. This is real bad. I'm just going to go ahead and Deadly Dispute this star, looking for lands. Penthead Prism, that's pretty good. Find a land, so I can play the Penthead Prism. I'm not sure what to do now. Guess if they tap out, then I can cast the Augury, get all my mana back. Next turn, Electromancer, and then start to go off. Are you serious right now? This sucks. Okay. Well, they can't, so right now we have to cast this Augury. Poison. They can't do anything else. So we'll take the basic. That might not matter. Let's take the Chromatic Star so we can Deadly Dispute it. 1, 1, 1. Done. So we're gonna go after my land. I don't think I can do anything about that. Sure, you got me good. Okay, blue, red. Cast Electromancer. Cast Contentious Plan. 1. Okay, we got our mana back. We can now cast Experimental Augury. Looking for a land. Find another Augury. Just take it. Any order. 1, 1, 1. Done. We're gonna cast another Experimental Augury. We find a land or a Contentious Plan. They're at 4, 5. Suppose we take the plan. Just keep chaining. 1, 2, 3. Done. They're at 5. We cast Contentious Plan. 1, 2, 3. Draw a Prologue. Blue. Cast the Prologue. Puts you to 7. Play the Peat Bog. And now I'm going to hold. Because if they end up trying to eat the Penthead Prism with the Gorilla Shaman, I can make a black and Deadly Dispute it. They Compulsive Research. Maybe we'll win. I would be very surprised, but looks like Electromancer with free spells off the Penthead Prism is quite good. Okay. They have Power Plant and Seagate. We're going to try to play Chromatic Star and dispute the Chromatic Star. I have no idea what our opponent's going to do right now. They have 2 colored sources or 3 mana. They're going to blow up my Electromancer. So, do I want to dispute the Electromancer right now? I don't think I need to. I guess I do. I'm going to not do that. Okay, Chromatic Star. Crack for red. Play an Electromancer. Play Prologue. Find a Contentious Plan. Okay, so we're nearly there. That the Contentious Plan will not give us our mana back. So we have to black, Deadly Dispute this Penthead Prism. And now we can play this Scary, I think. And then cast the Contentious Plan, which puts them to 9 poison. We have a bunch of mana. Okay. Pass. They're gonna crop rotation. Probably just sacrifice one of their sea gates for a tower, so they have more mana. Yeah, okay. I'm burning the derp. Okay, Mr. Derp. What do you got? 5 mana? Get back. Okay, so they're attempting to cast a wall, but they didn't realize they have to tap more mana when they use the energy refractor. They're gonna get back the red elemental blast. They're gonna blow up my electromancer. Plays a Bajuka Bog. We're not gonna blow up the electromancer this turn. Okay, we're gonna try to do stuff, I guess. Pentad Prism. Done. We're gonna go for the inside out the wall. They allow it. Red. Play a synthesizer. Petal. Red. Play a synthesizer again. Okay. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Another synthesizer. Okay. Let's play Star. Crack it for red. Find a contentious plan. So we play the synthesizer. Alright. Petal. Petal. 2. Cast contentious plan. Oh, infectious inquiry. My bad. Wrong name. But we win. Amazing. Can't believe it. Can't believe we won. Alright, so opponent is going to be bringing in Gorilla Shaman. Frustrating, but, you know, they probably only have one of them. So we're just gonna pass. We know they have red blasts. I don't know if maybe the Hydroblast is better than Inside Out. Submit. Okay, this is not keepable. Also not. They mold to 5. Mulligan. Alright, we will keep this. We'll put back the Seat and the Peat Bog. And we'll keep the Lotus Petal in case we draw a red spell. And we're just looking for our opponent to mold to oblivion, I guess. Okay, keep. Last time they molded to 5, they just completely stomped us, so it's probably a good 5 for them. They're gonna go Tron land, Refractor, Mold Drifter. Or maybe Tron land, Refractor, Mold Drifter. Okay, play the Scary, pass. And then it's their turn. They played the Tower. Tower, they're choosing red. So now we can... I think I'm just gonna pass. I was considering playing Pentad Prism into Augury, but I don't know if that's worth it. If they tap low, I will. If they tap off the Pyro. They're evoking a Mold Drifter. We're looking for a poison spell at the top. We did not find it. Pentad Prism. Done. Play the Peat Bog. Play the Augury. We find the Infectious Inquiry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm gonna actually cast the Inquiry right now, I think. Black. Cast it. And we drew it into nothing. Yikes. But if we draw any proliferate spell, we're good. 4 mana for the opponent. Alright. Okay, we draw lands, so we're passing. We have 14 lands in the deck, and we've drawn 7 of them. So we have half our lands in very few cards. 12 cards. Pretty unfortunate. I think that's going to definitely be what ends the game for us. They're casting a Teachings, so they could get the crop rotation. They're grabbing an Ancient Grudge. Alright. Prism down. It's been real, Prism. Let's cast the Inquiry. Draw some cards, hopefully. They could have a Unwind here. And we'll go to match 5. Sorry. Bummer city for us. Let's go draw some cards. Yeah. Just too free. Let's get that win for the finals. We're in the finals versus Baiko. And the last time I faced him, he was on mono red. So we're gonna keep this. We need one We just need one spell that can deal them poison, then we start chaining. We have the Weather the Storm. I think we're good. Find the prologue. So let's cast that. Pentad Prism. And pass. They're gonna deal us a bunch of damage. Blam. We take 3. So I think we need to go. We can petal, blue, red, cast Electromancer, blue, cast Contentious Plan, land, this, done, cast Inquiry, land, okay, then we cast Augury, grab another Augury, so we're chaining, we're storming off, 1, 2, 3, done, cast Augury again, grab the prologue, we want to end the game, 1, 2, 3, and I did forget to play this land out apparently. And I think what I need to do here is cast, well, we can Deadly Dispute this land right now for another storm count. Blast that land away. Cast Contentious Plan. 1, 1, 2, 3. And now I think I just cast the Weather the Storm and pass. So we need to draw blue source. And we need that now. We're at 42. Okay. They're going to get in. Nope. Kind of want the Electromancer to live, but it does not. They're at 6 poison. We find a Peat Bog. So let's play that and pass. Yield again. So this deck is, with the Weather the Storms and the main deck, is relatively well set up versus red, but they can still chain and kill you from 40. Alright, they sacrifice another thing. Yep, see, they're going wide with Kuldotha, which makes it very scary. We take 6. Or 28. Alright, Chromatic Star is good. So we're going to go Star. Crack it for red. Cast a Synth. Let's see if we get a land. We do. Let's pass. Alright, they Reckless Impulse into a bunch of spells. We're so close to dead right now. Are we even? We might even just be dead. We need a Deadly Dispute, I guess. To play Voldaren Epicure, get in for 1 billion. So go ahead and just sacrifice a discard a mountain. We're at 27 and we go to like 15 or 12, 17. All right, I think we have to Augury here, which stinks, but we need to look for a blue source. We find a Pentad Prism, which is a blue source. I guess we take that. Any order? 1, 2, 3. Cast the Prism. We're going to cast the Prologue. They go to 8. Alright, play the Vault. Pass. We're at 17. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. I think we'll go to 1. But the only way out of this is to draw Deadly Dispute, I think. They keep shooting us with a billion things. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think we're dead here. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Weather the Storm coming in. Hydroblast could come in. Get rid of the Electromancer, maybe. It's kind of a liability. And submit it that way. I wonder if I should just bring in all the Electros, or the Hydros. And then some Violent Wounds. Uh-oh. I don't even know what I submitted now. Actually, that's pretty good. Keep. So we're going to play out our 2 lands. Play the Prism, play the Prologue, play the... Okay, I don't know what we're going to do exactly. Yield. We definitely have options. I think we're going to be able to get there somehow. No! God, why? That sucks. Okay, well, I forgot that our opponent loves to blow up my lands. That's really stinky. We're going to go Pentad Prism and play Experimental Augury, I think. Or just Contentious Plan and add some counters back. And the last time I played them, they brought in like 50 artifact removals. All these ones. This is just ridiculous. Okay. Cast this Infectious Inquiry. May finally play some creatures. They're on the kill all your stuff. I still know. I don't know. Very strange plan. Very strange plan. Let's go Augury. Get the prologue. Okay, maybe the Deadly Dispute. Prologue's kind of crummy. The order this one and this one. So what I was thinking is that I could Deadly Dispute the land and then cast the synthesizer, and that would be nice. They cast a Reckless Impulse. Chain Lightning. Okay. Go and face. We're gonna take 4. That's really annoying. Okay, I'm casting the Weather Storm now. Gain some life. We're at 29. They have continuously raised me out. We play Pentad Prism. Pass. And we didn't play land, right? Guess it's fine to play the Synth then to see if we draw land. Draw Lotus Petal, which is pretty good. They cast a Reckless Impulse. Okay. Find a Bushwhacker and a Lightning Bolt. They cast an Epicure, so next turn they're gonna do a bunch of stuff. We find a Scary, and we can cast another Pentad Prism. Yield. Can we survive long enough to somehow win? Coldotha Rebirth? Probably not. Probably not. Cast Bushwhacker. How much damage is this? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. 2 mana. Storm count is 2. This is 17. Right? 10, 13, 17. Okay. Go to 1. Okay. Can't cast the Infectious Inquiry yet. Let's start off with Deadly Dispute on the synthesizer. We draw a Hydroblast. We can go Hydro, Star, Hydro this, Hydro this, cast this Star, crack for green. I guess I probably want to cast the Prologue and then just Lotus Weather the Storm. We're at 18, which is definitely not enough. And they Bushwhacker us to death. Okay, yeah, well. Cast Contentious Plan. 1 and 1. Cast it again. And concede. Well, that was unfortunate. So if you go to the deck itself, we obviously have some problems. I think the thing is that it's like this weird middle ground where it's not fast enough and it's not good at playing the end game because we can't. I think it's just not fast enough. I don't know how to make it faster. So if anybody has any ideas on how to chain off faster, we have to like draw our entire deck. Maybe this should be a Vine Storm shell where you go off that way. I don't know. The Pentad Prism plus Electromancer when you're playing out your proliferate spells is really good. So that's basically the way that you win, but you can't afford to like lean on that. I don't know, maybe we just need more Electromancers, and then I want the Weather the Storms in the main deck, but just lose to mono red anyway. I don't know. It's definitely hard to brew in this format, and been interesting. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a cool list at least, and we did win a game. We won a bunch of games, and we won a match. So we'll see. I'm probably gonna stop working on this. So if anybody else finds the optimal list, let me know, and we'll see you in the next video.